Frame and Glass Ltd was originally a number of standalone computers connected only to certain printers. This, however, meant that the different computers had no way of communicating with either one another or other networks. This is extremely inefficient for business, as this can make the transmission of data difficult and ultimately stop a business from making profit. Therefore, the first one I did was create two switches, one on either floor, as I've seen here and here. This allows for the devices within Frame and Glass Ltd to connect to one another, which will consequently result in the ability to transfer data between these computers. Next, I connected two things to these switches. The first was a router. A router allows for the devices within the network the ability to connect and share information with devices found in other networks. This includes the Internet, as the Internet is a wide area network. And so, therefore, this design meets the specification of connecting the computers within this company to the Internet, and will also allow for emails to be sent to users of other networks such as other companies. The second device connected to the switch is a server, as is found here. A server is essentially a powerful computer that can be used to store data and perform a number of other operations. This will allow for a secure location in which operations that normal computers cannot handle can take place. This essentially makes the network a client-server network, as all clients or computers are connected to a central server. Despite the likely additional expenses the server will cost the company, through things like maintenance or repairs and the initial cost of the server course, I found the client-server network was much preferable over the peer-to-peer network design, as it is much more secure and reliable. Furthermore, I've also added a firewall on the network plan as extra protection. This will basically this will filter out what is actually accessing the server. This means crucial information will be kept safe from potential threats such as viruses and other malicious intent, which is necessary within a company. Next, each printer has been connected to any devices within the room they are found and can potentially be connected to any computer within the network if either the printers were to be connected through wires to the switches or each individual printer and device, or if every printer had a Bluetooth connection to the devices. These both have massive advantages and disadvantages. For example, wires can be expensive and damage easily, which means it could cost a lot in long term for a company, as they can be damaged and need to be repaired, especially if this is a stronger type of wire. More expensive type of wire, I mean. Whereas Bluetooth needs each device to actually be compatible with Bluetooth to function. And if the Bluetooth on a device or computer is broken, then that computer will have no access to any form of printers, which could be inconvenient and slow down the efficiency of the business. I've intended for this network to have a Bluetooth connection. The lines are just to each one in the room, but they could potentially spread over the entire network. So there's no actual boundary. You could connect to a printer downstairs, down here, while still being up here. I've used the coloured lines to show the flow of the network. The yellow lines are the route of the switches to the router. The brown line you see here is the route of the switches to both each other and also to the server. They need a link. And then these green lines are all the computers within the system. There should be one here. Sorry about that. All of the computers linking to switches. All of the ones down here link to this one, as this is downstairs, and all the ones on the top floor link to this one, as it's upstairs. All the wires follow along the walls, floors. They're all concealed to minimize damage. And the blue lines are the lines that are connecting the printers to the devices. And that is all.